Hey you guys, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Today I want to tell you about why I'm investing in small cap stocks and also give you a little bit of background about what it is like. Now, I've been investing for about 4 months in small caps and I've learned a few things through this experience and I want to share them with you. First off, this is not financial advice. I want to help you learn some of the things that I'm learning through this process. Now, number one, small cap stocks are much more volatile than large caps in general. So you will see the prices fluctuate a lot, sometimes 3%, 5%, even 10% in a day. And that is just not common for big, well-established companies, although it sometimes happens. But that's one thing I think you have to be very aware of. And I think if what I wanted when I was younger and just starting out in investing was I did not want to risk a lot. I did not want to lose money. And just the fear of having less money next week or next month in my investment account was like a horrible thought. I just didn't want to lose anything. So I kept it safe, I kept it steady, and I kept it really well diversified. And still, to this day, I do invest in well-diversified ETFs and index funds. My monthly investment is into VTI, so that's the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. So I do believe that having a nice diversified approach to investing makes a lot of sense. However, I like to take a higher amount of, shall we say, go for something in terms of a higher total return. And I find that if you get companies that are small, if you get them when they're small, they have a chance to double or triple in size and in market cap. And as they grow their profits and as they grow their market cap, the stock price tends to follow. So the first thing was they're a lot more volatile. The reason I think that they are so risky in the minds of a lot of investors is that small company stocks are more likely to go out of business than those of large companies. So if your company is just like a $500 million or an $800 million or maybe $1 billion company, there's a very high likelihood that if you have a long recession or if you have a period of several months or years where you don't have good revenues, it can really bury the company. So that leads us to number three. If you're an investor in a company that could go out of business, then you expect a higher return. Like, why else would you take that risk unless you thought you'd get more return? And that's what you'll find sometimes in investing, is that in order to get more return, sometimes you take on more risk. They're kind of linked. And it's very hard to find a very high returning stock that is also very low risk, if you think about that. So number four is, I think that for myself, for my own investing, that investing in small caps is probably best achieved through a index fund or an ETF that's just diversified and owns a whole bunch of stocks. For example, I invest in AVUV, which is the Avantis US Small Cap Value ETF. And I also invest in VB, which is the Vanguard Small Cap ETF. So both of those own, the AVUV owns 745 stocks and VB owns thousands. So right there, you don't have to pick individual stocks, yet you get exposure to the whole market of small cap companies. But for me, as I said, I want to buy a small collection of these stocks and I want to get them when they're small because I want to see them grow 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, and maybe even more. Has this happened to me a lot? No, but I really only started small cap investing in earnest about 4 or 5 months ago. So I have one portfolio which is just small cap stocks in a variety of different sectors of the economy. I started that in September of 2023. And then just this year, on the 2nd of January, which was the first trading day, I invested in a portfolio of 10 small cap, even micro cap stocks that are mainly in the semiconductor or microchip part of the market. So I'm going to be discussing both of these portfolios during the course of the year. If you're new to my channel, hit subscribe because I will talk about each of these portfolios.